Welcome to Great Greys, your one-stop shop to finding winners across Australia from the world of greyhound racing. Host David Shortte is joined by Hall of Famer Neil Brown, Jaycin Campbell to look at Queensland and Tasmanian chasing, Sean Matheson looking at South Australian chasing, New South Wales expert Simon Orchard, and the Shane Train Williams rounds it out with his key plays and kennel mail in WA. Now, over to the team for this week's edition of Great Greys.
Good morning and welcome along to Great Greys on this Thursday, the 25th of July, 2024. David Shortte with you. Hope you're travelling particularly well. I'm in the TAB radio studios with our man, Matty McDermott. We're about to catch up with the Shane Train Williams to kick off the program on this Thursday morning. We've got roughly 2 minutes to go before they get underway at Gatton over the 860 metres here to kick off for the program, and we'll have a quick look at that market before they jump. But let's welcome in the Shane Train before we do that. Welcome to you, Shane. How do we find you on this Thursday morning?
Yeah, good morning, Shorty. Good morning, listeners. Yeah, find me really well, mate. Just head in the form guide and before we head up the hill to Northam tonight.
Absolutely, off to Northam once again. It's been a pretty good week. You went 3 for 3 on Monday up there at Northam. Going into tonight's program, pretty confident?
Yeah, I actually like tonight's meeting, Shorty. Very, very confident. Some really good dogs up there heading up for the Nationals. We've got the heats of the sprint next week and then obviously the final next week and also the final of this distance. So, yeah, some good dogs heading up there this week to have a look for that heats next week, Shorty.
Absolutely. Runners are moving around not too badly here for the first at Gatton over the 860. I'll just quickly talk you through what that market looks like. If you're looking to have a bet on that particular race, Pull the Catch is our $3 favourite on the fixed odds, in from $6.50, so quite a good go. Boonar Flasher, $3.10 out to $4. Red Swan, $5 out to $5.50. Chief Buy, $7.50 into $6 on the fixed. Ichikar's been a big drifter, 5 out to 11. Crypto Pin, likewise, 5 out to 18. Chintia, 13 to 19. Nirvana Beauty, 19 to 23. Princess Lutetia, 9 out to 23. And Toxic, 34 out to 51. Really good go for the favourite here. Pull the Catch, $6.50 into $3. And Chief Buy's also seen some support, $7.50 into $6. But some pretty significant drifts around those. Got about 4 of them left to move up here for race number 1 of the day at Gatton over the 860 metres. Shano, before we roll into that, we'll also be chatting to you about a couple of our features this upcoming weekend, and we've got a couple of rippers to look forward to. Distance potential final on Saturday night there at Mandurah, and also the shorts final on Friday night. And as part of that, our new podcast on Friday, the Tab Touch Greyhound Jet Set, we'll be having a chat to a real stalwart of our local industry in Darren Rowe. And Rowe will have a runner going around, the second favourite in that distance potential final, and all about Cole.
Yeah, absolutely, Shorty. It's a really good race, and Darren's got the dog ticking over very nicely, and hopefully he can throw a couple of pies our way after we finish interviewing him, Shorty.
Yeah, the best baker in the business. He's been touted that. He's won award after award, so we might see if we can't get some sort of contra deal going, giving his bakery a plug, and he can look after the team in here at TAB Radio. A big box of some of his best pastries and pies might be on the cards there, Train. Let's see if we can't get that over the line. Matty McDermott, I'm sure, is keen on a bit of that. Timmy Walker, they're all keen to see a bit of a sample of our man Darren Rowe's bakery. Let's go to the first here at Gatton. Hopefully you can find a winner to kick off your day. When we return, we'll be catching up with the Shane Train. Thank you very much, Matty. Let's get back to the Shane Train Williams and have a look at his thoughts for Northam Thursday night chasing. Shane, as you touched on, it's a program where there is a fair bit of depth this evening there at Northam. The first gets underway 4:44 Western Standard Time, and the last on a bumper 12 race card completes the card at 16 minutes past 8 tonight. Talk us through your key plays.
Yeah, sure. I'm going to kick it off early. Race 2, number 1, Miss Ronnie Mack. This dog trained by Corey White. I think he's done an outstanding job with her. She was off the scene for 4 or 5 months. She had the 2 runs back, Shorty. One was over 300, one was over 500. Then she stepped straight up to the 700. And I'll be totally honest with you, Shorty, I was watching her last week. I thought she'd come back to him, not having that runs under her belt. But she just kept rolling in front, Shorty, and run really quick time. So she moves from box 6 to box 1, meets a similar lineup here. Like I just said to the boys this morning, providing she took no ill effects of that run last week. I just don't know how they're going to beat her, Shorty. There's no prices up yet, so we're not sure what price she is, but I'm hoping around that $2, $2.10 mark. But I think she'll be hard to beat and kick us off a winner there, Shorty. Goes 2 number 1 tonight, Miss Ronnie Mack.
Yeah, like your logic, you'd think we'll only be fitter for that first run over the distance. Draws box 1 for a dog that's an on-speed stayer, should roll straight onto the arm. And as you've alluded to, if it can reproduce that performance from last time, you'd think if anything there may be 2 to 3 lengths improvement. Then it's going to take a pretty big effort from something else to get by and run down Miss Ronnie Mack there. So we kick it off race 2, number 1 at Miss Ronnie Mack. What about the second of your place?
Yeah, I'm probably going to get in trouble for this one, Shorty. Young Jay's dog. She doesn't like me tipping the dogs. She thinks it's bad juju. You know what she's like. But look, he's a son of Bernardo, and he had his first start last week. He had box 8. He just blew his chance at the start. He just crashed straight left. He's only learning. He's a big boy, 34 kilos. I just think the move to box 2 tonight is going to benefit him. He trials really quick. I think if he can get the start right tonight and find the arm, you'll see a nice pup in the making. A lot of upside this dog. He'll only improve with racing, and he's still a maiden, and we don't like tipping maidens as a rule. But I think the Shinners Camp have a dog in there as well, which is going to help get a price for us on this dog. So. He'll be very hard to beat tonight. Just got to get the start right. I just like the way he picked through the field. Like for a dog having his first start last week, Shorty, he sort of weaved and zigged and zagged through the runners, and that's the sign of a good dog. That dogs don't do that on their first start. Sometimes they can be a bit field shy or whatnot, but just the way he picked through the field, it just shows you he's got ability. And if he can find the arm tonight, he'll light up the clock, I reckon. Race 4, number 2, Italian Stallion. Yeah,
the dog they named after Giulio Santarelli, of course. Race 4, number 2, Italian Stallion. Got the juices flowing there for tonight. Good luck to JJ there with Italian Stallion. And the third of your place tonight at Northam, Shano.
Yeah, we've got to wait towards the back end of the program. Shorty, race 10, number 1, Barbecue Man, really taken a liking to the Northam circuit. Paul Stewart's just winning 3 and 4 races for fun up there every week. He's got a stablemate in here that we've both got a big rap on, Shorty Firelighter. Obviously, it's going to be hard to beat. It'll roll forward and probably be in front of Barbecue Man in the run, but it does seem to get a bit wide, especially around the home turn. He'll probably be getting a bit tired late, and that's when this dog will be doing his best work, just hunting up along the rail. And just to the eye, his last couple of runs have been outstanding up there from middle draws as well. 2 from 2 from the 1, undefeated, and we're probably going to get 220, 240 with the 7 in the race, I'm hoping. And I think he's the best bet of the night for me up there tonight. Shorty, race 10, number 1, Barbecue Man. All
right, so Barbecue Man to be too strong for the kennel mate, a Firelighter. It'd be interesting. Firelighter has run some quick times. We saw that dog run 29 and 17 last time it was there at the circuit. If it runs that, even with the talent level of Barbecue Man, it's going to have to run really well to defeat that dog. But, I tell you what, Paul Stewart would be pretty happy with the look at that particular race, going up there for City Free for All prize money. He's got the top 2 in betting by a fair margin in that race. You'd think he looks pretty hard to beat to be taking the Quinella home in race number 10 with Barbecue Man and also Firelighter, 2 of the more exciting dogs in the state at the moment.
Yeah, he's going to have a big hand in next week's features as well, Shorty. I mean, these dogs are going to be up the top of the betting in the spring heats. I'm not sure how many heats we're going to get, but obviously I think the Holson Hobby Camp are not going up there, so there might only be 2 heats or 3 heats at the most. But, he's going to have a big hand in all of them. And, in the final, the box draw is going to be crucial, but, the man can train a dog. We know that. That's for sure, Shorty.
You're not joking. You are not joking. He's done a fair job of that over a significant period of time. Race 2, number 1, Miss Ronnie Mack. Race 4, number 2, Italian Stallion. Race 10, number 1, Barbecue Man is the best of them tonight there for the Shane Trainer Williams. What about Kennel Mail? Anything from your camp that we can get involved with a bit of confidence over the next few days?
Yeah, we've got a few runners up there tonight. Race 9, number 6, Iconic Jet. Really nice pup. I've talked about him at the highest compliments I've given him, Shorty. He's got box 6. It's going to be a bit tricky. It doesn't seem to be a lot of speed in the race. I think the 7, he's had a few good duels with it, and I'm glad we've drawn underneath it, because probably if we'd drawn outside it, we couldn't beat it. it goes really good, Tim Gummo's dog. So just hope he can find the arm and keep that undefeated record intact. Shorty's a very nice pup. I think it'd be hard to beat. And then race 11, number 3, Enjoyable. She's won 3 on the bounce. Again, she seems to have a knack there of finding the lead at Northam. And what you see is what you get with her. She's only like a 29.9 dog. So I think the Paul Stewart dog in that race, if it gets any luck, could probably be too strong for us. So we probably need it to find a bit of bother. But yeah, the two there are 9-6 and 11-3. Quickly on the Saturday, race 3, number 1, Rip and Moses. I'm not sure he's really well drawn in the one, but he gets his chance. He won off the 1 box 2 starts to go running 27.40. Seems to punch up nice on that first turn, Shorty. So we're hoping he can get a little bit of luck. And then Sunday, race 7, number 1, Simple Sally. She's from this litter as well, owned by Grand Alana Williams, and she ran a really good race on Tuesday night, Shorty. We give her a little bit of a break. It seemed to do a wonder. She found 5 or 6 lengths on the clock. So a case for the rail. Absolutely scrapes the paint. So that'll be my best for the next 2 or 3 days, mate.
Excellent. Anything else for Sunday there at Mandurah?
Yeah, I found a couple on Sunday. Race 4, number 3, Shorley, dog trained by Dave Brown. This litter's by Mapunga Blazer, Shorley. They're going really well. They're lid pingers, and this dog's back to a grade 6. Think it'll be hard to beat race 4, number 3. And then over to race 10, number 8, Respect Advocacy. This is a dog Damo tipped on our podcast last week, and I give him a spray, Shorty. He handled it, and they're coming up 5 behind him. So hopefully he can find a new handler and get the start right.
It was a good run. Ned was the winner for memory, who went really quick. So I thought the run in defeat was pretty good. Yeah,
it was a good run. It just, he said it played up in the boxes, so hopefully he can get that sorted. But really well boxed out there. He's seen it loop the field, just sort of run out of puff at the end as they made that big run. So, 4-3 and 10-8 I like on Sunday as well, mate.
All right, 4-3, 10-8. Who's going to win the shorts and who's going to win the distance potential?
Yeah, well, the shorts final's open as the Sydney Heads, as they say, Shorty. But one dog that really caught my eye was Spooky Hook, number 2. Its run-home time was 10.50. That is off the chart. To come from behind Sunset Hornet and Sunset Pepe and beat them. So, box 2, you think it's going to find the rail straight away. It's $6, Shorty. I reckon it's a really, really good each-way play trained by Andrew McLaren. I thought Sunset Nitro in the same race, it'll blow out. I think we can have a little save on it when it gets out. It's $6 at the moment as well, but I've always had a rap on this dog, so I think them two can fight out. But it is very open, that race. I think anything can win it.
Okay, so Spooky Hook and Nightjar, though, worth keeping an eye on at each way odds. And the distance potential?
Yeah, distance potential, again, Shorty, it's a very open race. I meant to ask you on Friday in our podcast for your thoughts on Malfetta Cruz at the 6.52, and I sort of bet against it last week, and I'd done my money, but its run home to the eye just looked very, very slow, and then I did look up the run home time, Shorty, and it was very slow to the line, some 8 and 9 lengths slower than some of these other dogs. Bit of rain around on Saturday, and I'm not sure if this dog, it's a bit of a slow track. I want to take him on. I thought Darren Rose dog was the one to beat All About Cole, number 3, and we'll have a chat to him tomorrow and get his thoughts, like you said earlier, Shorty. Really loves the track and trip. 10 starts, 3 wins, 3 seconds, 3 thirds. Does like the track a bit wide, but if the track is wet, it might be in its benefit, just being 2 or 3 dogs off the fence. That rail can sometimes get bogged down, but I'm going to put it on top, Shorty, but I want to play the run-on dogs like the real strong grinding types, Pepper Grinder, Tim and Lane, and even Blessed Doe at $51. I want to put all them dogs into the multiples behind All About Cole, because if the track is slow and it is a bit of rain around, these are the real strong types that'll be hitting the line hard. So, yeah, All About Cole on top, but then you can also play 2, 5 and 8 behind, like they're $13 and $10, Tim and Lane, and Blessed Dole's $51. So if you want to play your novelties, just throw all them strong dogs in behind All About Cole.
Yep, can see the logic that you're working with there in the distance potential on Saturday. We'll hear all about that in much more detail tomorrow on the Tab Touch Greyhound Jet Set podcast. Make sure you tune into it. Train, appreciate your work as always. Have a ripper Thursday. Good luck up there at Northam tonight.
Yeah, thanks, Shorty. Really looking forward to that podcast tomorrow. We had a lot of fun, and Corey Smith will be joining us tomorrow, and he's a river bloke too, so we'll get a bit of an insight on him as well, Shorty. I'll catch you tomorrow, mate. All the best, punters.
Good man. There we have it, the Shane Train Williams with the latest. Matty, we're not too far away from the next race for broadcast here. It will be the first from Wyong. Any divs to clear from... Very nice indeed. Let's catch up with another man that will be on that podcast tomorrow, having a look at the big Wentworth Park Saturday night program, Jaycin Campbell, and it's great to catch up with him on this Thursday here on Great GREYS. Hello, JC.
Hey, Shorty, how you going, mate?
Going very well indeed, thank you. Great to be catching up with you on this Thursday. A busy night of chasing to look forward to tonight up there at Albion Park as well as in Hobart. We're only about a minute away from the first there at Wyong, so we will probably just have a look at maybe the first of your picks tonight there at Albion Park. Then we'll swing back to Wyong, and once that race is done and dusted, we'll get back to the other of your key plays. But kick us off with the first of your best bets tonight there at Albion Park.
Yeah, not a problem, Shorty. Looking to get it off to a hot start at Albion Park tonight. Race 1, number 8, Prim and Precise. This is a bitch who won her first 2 starts at Ipswich, and then she was only 5 days in between runs to her next start at Albion Park. Knowing the Prince, she might have seen the track. Maybe she hadn't of. If she hadn't of, that works in our favour here because I thought she had absolutely no luck from the squeeze box. She was checked on multiple occasions, and I'm happy to put the red pen through that run. Finds a pretty weak novice race here, I would have thought. And I don't know if she exactly wants box 8, but I think she's good enough to get away with it. So race 1, number 8 to kick us off on a good note.
Bit of fairy floss to start the program. Race 1, number 8, Prim and Precise. They look to be moving in quite nicely here for the first of the day at Wyong over the 1,300 metres. We'll throw across to that when we return. More of Jaycin Campbell looking at Albion Park tonight.
This is your home of the Greyhound Good Oil, Great GREYS.
Well, we're catching up with Jaycin Campbell, having a look at tonight's Albion Park program. He's kicked us off with race 1, number 8, Prim and Precise for the Prince. Let's see if we can't find us another winner in race number 4. Who are we teaming up with here, JC?
Yeah, teaming up with the Stripe Shrug here, Journey Beyond. Admittedly, he hasn't exactly lit the clock up at Albion Park in his 3 starts. He did come up for the Brisbane Cup, and he wasn't really much of a factor in that entire series. But he has found some form in recent weeks at Grafton over the 450. Admittedly, that track probably does suit his racing traits. He does like to run wide on the corners, but I think he's able to get away with that in this race. Speed Zone in box 1 has good speed, very well named, and number 3, I'm Peaking, does like to use the track. So I think Journey Beyond can get through underneath with Speed Zone and hopefully be too good for him late in the piece.
Race 4, number 2, Journey Beyond, the second of the plays, and we save the best till last, which is in race number 8.
Yeah, race 8, number 6, Kalo Hayes. No prizes for picking her. She's absolutely on fire. She's won 4 of her last 5 races, 3 in a row. 2 of those wins have been in Best Day company where she has been beating these dogs home. I think she finds probably her best map in recent times. I haven't really pushed her out in the last couple of weeks, even though she has won, but I'm very happy to step into her here at a similar price. Bearsville in box 5, noted Railer, whereas Cluster in box 7 wants to get off the track. So there's no reason why Kayla Hayes won't get a clear run early, and if she does that, she should just be too good once again. So race 8, number 6, the best bet.
All righty, moving down to the Apple Isle. They're chasing in Hobart tonight, 10-race program there. Take us through a couple of your better bets on that program.
Yeah, got to head to race 6 first. Got to play the Stripes again here. Number 2, Langley Flyer. She's a bitch who returned from a 3-month break with a nice win over the 340 at Hobart. Since then, she failed as a favourite from the red box at Launceston. I like her stepping up to the 461 metres here, returning to Hobart. She's really well boxed here. Colt 45 in box 3. He does like to use the track, and Legal Danger in box 1, coming off a few runs over the middle distance and staying trips. Doesn't have any speed whatsoever. So I think Langley Flyer should be able to get a clean run early, lead this race and be incredibly hard to run down. And now race 10, playing the Ferry Floss runner here, Gaslock. Do like a Ferry Floss runner at the 461 at Hobart or any one-turn track for that matter of fact. Cannot believe how they open up the 2 joint favourite with him. She has not won a race in 34 starts, so I think the less said about her, the better. Gaslock, he's only had 3 starts. He ran second a month ago behind Lightning Force. Looked to have that race parcelled up, but just got run down late in the piece. Does like to use the track, and I think he will end the night a winner for us.
I like it. A bit of room to move there for the son of Fabregas, Gaslock, in race 10 to send us home a winner. So race 6, number 2, Langley Flyer. Race 10, number 8, Gaslock. The 2 there could be a nice bit of multi-business this evening there at Hobart to go along with Albion Park. Race 1, number 8, race 4, number 2, and race 8, number 6. Jace, magnificent. Appreciate your time as always here on Great GREYS, and look forward to our chat tomorrow. Of course, we had our first edition last week of the Tab Touch Greyhound Jet Set. Tomorrow we've got Corey Smith joining us, as the train alluded to before we said goodbye to him. Also catching up with Darren Rowe, our VIP guest, locally from our local industry. All of that plus the Kennel Mail. Best bets, best roughies, quaddies, it's all there on the Jet Set tomorrow afternoon. And Jay, she'll be one of the stars on that show. Look forward to chatting to you then.
Too easy, Shorty. See you, mate.
There we have it. Jaycin Campbell joining us this morning here on A Great Greys. Wonderful to have his company, and look forward to chatting to him tomorrow there on the Jet Set. It is now 26 minutes after 10. Matty, we might just about have the dividends through there.
You're listening to Great Greys on Tab Radio.
It's time to catch up with the Hall of Famer Neil Brown and have a look at this program tonight at Sandown. And, I'll tell you what, looking through some of these race names got me pretty excited. They've got the big wheel in operation tonight, opportunity to win some big bucks for people heading on track. And, of course, it is an exciting time of year as well. Lots of great chasing. The free-for-all's a really good race there tonight. They've got a big Grade 5 final as well for the punters to get involved with there off some heats last week. I see Flying Zulu going around late in the program will be one of the real highlights as well, taking on the likes of Vincent Bale and Excavation. It's a very good 12-race card at Sandown. The man joining us to find the winners, Neil Brown. Hello, Brownie.
I'm terrific, David. How are you? Yes, very popular, the big wheel. $10,000 on the wheel if you can spin it up. And the crowds coming in on for the month of July have really enjoyed that promotion. But, yeah, solid card, David. Gee, the quaddie looks, I've trimmed it up to 3 in each leg, the main quad, because there's a couple of real shorties. If they do get home, we'll need as much value as we can get. But we'll kick off the card with the early quad race number 1. Very open race. I've gone 2, 3, 8 and 6. Got Mitzi Rocks nicely drawn in the 2 in the mixed 6th and 7th grade. Another mixed 6th and 7th grade over the 5.95 this time, race number 2. Kick this to 3, 1, 2 and 8. Thought Liverpool off the inside might be the greyhound to beat there, but a fairly open race. Likewise, the 3rd is a Grade 5 here over the 5.15. Geez, 3 or 4 seconds in a row for Swift Vodka. Reckon it might be its chance to win tonight. Box 1, nice draw there over the 5.15. 1, 5 and 2 I'm going to take Swift Vodka on top. Race number 4. Very wide open race here, plenty of chances. I've gone to the outside, 8, 7, 1 and 6. Granny races, good record at Sandown Park, very honest greyhound, but a very open race indeed. And I think the other 3 have got good chances in the race as well, so we'll take 8, 7, 1 and 6. First leg of the quaddie, good race here over the 5.15 at Grade 4. Now, David, I might be guilty of talking through my kick here because I did get the $10 about Brunelli Striker last Thursday, and I wasn't going to make it a good thing, but a pretty impressive run. It's had two wins from 2 starts off box number 1, where it comes out of tonight, and I think it might be able to lead and win. Ran about 5.10 to the post last week from box number 6. Was a good effort. Certainly chances to Bernie Burrow, and I'm going to take a kind of jack as well. So 1, 3 and 4. Bit keen about Brunelli Striker leading all the way again tonight at around the 5.50 mark. Race number 6, 5.95, mixed stake here. Good race. I think the winner will come probably from the inside too. I've tipped the transponder. His first start over the distance. Very astute trainer Jason Thompson. I'm pretty sure he thinks he can run it out all right. Flying Dinner from the inside draw, certainly a chance from there. And I'm going to take Tijuana Fernando, very honest type. Races quite a bit here at Sandown Park over this distance, and as always thereabouts, might have some luck in running, but the 2 draw on the inside look the ones to beat in that second leg of the quaddie over the 5.95. Race number 7, 7.15 metre mixed stake here for the 4th and 5th graders. Very short, Black Silence. Got on okay last week. Thought it was a fairly solid performance. And I think he might be better for the run this week. And I'm tipped him on top. Rock Me Rocco is a very honest type, stepping up to the 7.15 for the first time, but he does race well here at Sandown Park. And Wild Cash, I think, is a chance with some luck in running from box number 8, but looks hard to beat Black Silencer off box number 1. And the quaddie, it's an absolute rip snorter of a free-for-all. We've got an outstanding field here. Star pack runners everywhere we look. And Dutch Ride, box number 1, won 7 of its last 8. 2 best of the night wins at Wentworth Park were outstanding, and it's 3 for 3 here at Sandown Park. Got the red. I can't go past it, but certainly chances to Hector. He's back. Hasn't raced since the 30th of May. Hector Foley, and we'll look forward to seeing him back in action tonight. He'll be running on. And Buddy Manelli, well, you can't get much more consistent and honest type than he is. Nicely drawn in box number 2. But $3 chance, Dutch Ride I've got on top in the last leg of the quaddie. So we'll try and keep it to 3 in each leg and get a little bit of value maybe if we can get Benelli Striker home, David. My best bet, I've gone to race 11, and I like Mayer from box number 2. Think in form, and I think can lead all the way tonight. Each way odds around about the 850 is a nice, be a nice return for us each way, Dave. So race 11, number 2, Mayer, our best at Sandown tonight. Race 11, late on the card at 9:58 Victorian time. So good luck and good punting, David, tonight at Sandown Park.
Oh, I like the sound of it. Hey, Brownie, before we let you go, just quickly, can you recap for me those numbers for the second leg of your first quaddie? So race number 2, and I see that it's the Dandenong West Cricket Club. Have you got the club in attendance tonight? The boys will be looking to get the job done in their pre-season, no doubt, getting ready for another big season over there.
They will be. Dandenong West, the hometown of my wife of 48 years. David comes from Dandy West. Great career club, played plenty of games against them. Yeah, the boys will be in attendance. 1, 2 and 8 I've gone for in that second race. And the clubs we've had in have really enjoyed it. I'll tell you who did enjoy it last week was the Mount Evelyn Football Club. I'm pretty sure they had a bye on the Saturday because they had a great night. The boys, in particular, loved the spinning wheel where Dougie just couldn't get it home for the 10,000. But yeah, we'll enjoy ourselves tonight. It'll be a very good night. And as you say, plenty of sporting boys in attendance, and they love a night at the Dogs, don't they?
Oh, Brownie, this warms my heart because last year when we came across and caught up with you through the winter patch, it was a little quiet and it was a really unique feel to me because nearly every other time in my lifetime I'd been to Sandown, it had been really, really busy, and it's so great to hear that there's lots of clubs and lots of people getting back to the track because it's in my opinion the greatest racetrack in the country when it comes to greyhound racing. It always has been. It's a wonderful feel. It's a great vibe. Of course, we've got the museum downstairs to have a look at as well now, but the track itself is magnificent. The viewing facilities are great. The facilities for the public in general are just spectacular, and great to hear that there's plenty of people getting along to these Thursday night meetings.
Yes, it's been a really good promotion, fantastic 2-course, 3-course meal. We have it as part of the deal, and yeah, the spinning wheel very popular. You whatever purchase you make, if you buy a drink, David, you get a ticket goes into the barrel, and somebody comes out and can spin for some fantastic prizes with 10 large on there if you can find it each slot as the wheel goes around, David. So yeah, it's been great. Really enjoyed this winter month of July here at Sandown Park.
Great to hear. Good on you, Brownie. Appreciate your time as always here on A Great Greys. You have yourself a wonderful week, and we look forward to catching up again next Thursday.
Look forward to it, Dave. Thanks, mate.
There we have it. Neil Brown, the Hall of Famer. He's a wonderful man, and his race club there at Sandown, Matty, they do it so very well. It's a spectacular facility, a great place to watch greyhound racing, and a really friendly team of people as well involved out there at Sandown. Great to hear they're getting plenty of sporting clubs along through these winter months.
Yes, certainly makes a difference in atmosphere at a race meeting, doesn't it?
Big time, yeah, and it's a track where the viewing facilities are first class. Most people there behind the glass, you can get a really good look at the dogs themselves, right up against the finishing line, and they've set it up well. There's pool tables there. There's games for the kids. It's a great facility, it really is.
Now, Wyong, it's correct weight. Tote pays there. We have Gatton coming up in 4 minutes, race 2. And $3.80 from $5 on the Verve, still the market leader with Tab Touch. And the second race on the program is the second leg of the quaddie, where $4 tote for Mr. Tadashi heads the market. And they're heading out for race number 2.
You are tuned into Shorty and the team on Great Greys.
Another great place to go and watch the greyhounds is, of course, Angle Park, and the man that helps us find the winners there each and every week on this program, Sean Matheson. Welcome to you, Sean.
Yeah, hi, Dave. Yeah, great to be on the show. And, as you mentioned, I heard you talking to Brownie about the viewing facilities there. Angle Park, anyone who's been here would know that glass that was put in some 50 years ago is still there today, and effectively has such a wonderful viewing, not a bad seat in the house here at Angle Park, and there'll be plenty of that coming up over the next month as the Nationals head to South Australia next month, and we'll get all the big names later in the month. So plenty of exciting on-course action here.
Absolutely. It is another great place. The last time I was in South Australia, Sean, it's going back a little while. It may be before your time, was for a puppy auction many, many years ago that they had downstairs there. They had the puppy action, different dogs you could purchase out of the sales there. And I've had a few nights there at Angle Park when I've caught up with family across in South Australia over the years, and very, very enjoyable. Great spot to watch the greyhounds.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I have actually been here for quite a while, David, so I probably was here when that happened. We don't sort of do that anymore. The transit sort of transitioned away from that. But, yeah, plenty of people on course for that, and obviously for a lot of our race events. So, yeah, we've got a great undercover area here as well for functions, and I know what Brownie was talking about with, getting people back to the course, and we're obviously really keen for that to continue, and it's nothing better than having, that sort of live interaction with other people at the racetrack.
Absolutely, and great to have sporting clubs and social clubs and the like coming along. I know back many years ago at Cannington, it used to be a real draw card, and there's so many benefits that come out of it. People coming to the track, and they can then often be your conduit and your promoter. If you show them a good time, they then go and tell their friends and family what a great night out they had at the Greyhounds. And in years gone by, that was one of the best forms of advertising, was making sure that you get people to the track and show them a good time. And from there, they generally would let everybody else know, and that would help to get people in really good numbers to the track week in, week out.
Yeah, most definitely, David. It's twofold. As you say, they get a wonderful on-course experience and can talk about it to other people, but also it's an avenue for where a lot of people then get involved in the industry if they don't know anyone. They come across to the track, they have a really good time, meet a few of our friendly participants and staff, and before you know it, they're applying for a licence, they're catching a few dogs, and who knows where they transition into the industry. So it sort of works both ways by getting people on course.
Yeah, you're spot on. Yeah, it does, and I think it does really shows people that have maybe only seen them on TV in the past or whatever, just how fast they are and what a great spectacle it is watching them run round as well. It's a pretty unique and special spectacle we get to put on week in, week out here, that is for sure and certain. Only a minute away here from the second of the day at Gatton. I'll quickly take you through how that market is looking now, and there's plenty of scratchings. Take out 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 14, 18 and 20 of those runners that are left. Mr. Tadashi is a co-favourite at $4 in from $9.50. On the Verve, 5 to 4. Stroma Asta, 17 to $5.50. Peach Galante's 18 to $7.50. The Manager 11 to $9.50. Show Me the Stars 19 to $10. Fly Pfeiffer $9.50 to $13. 19 to $18 for Another Lovely Day. Ice Blizzard 26 and firm. Beaumont 91 and firm. Going Skits 101 out to 126, and Call Me Crazy 91 out to 126. They're moving in nicely here for the second of the day at Gatton. This is over the 1,400 metres. When we return, we'll be catching up with Sean Matheson, getting his key plays for South Australian chasing over the next 3 days.
This is your home of the Greyhound Good Oil, Great GREYS.
And the man looking to find us the good oil for Angle Park Thursday night chasing is Sean Matheson. Sean, we've got a very good program to look forward to tonight. 4 minutes past 5 is where it all kicks off. Western Standard Time, 12 up for debate. Who do you like on the program?
Okay, so I've got a couple of best bets and then a bit of an roughy play for the listeners. So the best bets, David, Race 5, number 1, West on Muffin for Tony Nobes, quoted around that $2.20 mark. She's a greyhound who, every indication, she just wants the inside, and that's what she's shown since coming to South Australia. She has won in 30.44 from box 2. I said she draws box 1 tonight. 2 starts to go over the 5.95. She won from an inside draw. I just think the race sets up really well for her. It'd be nice if she punched up and led. She doesn't have to. She's the strongest dog in the race. Potentially she will get crossed, but quite a number of these runners in this race are just establishing some 500-metre form. So she's well and truly, that's in her wheelhouse. So expect her to either lead or just sit off speed. But she should be too strong at the end and get us hopefully off to a good start with the best bets.
Excellent. Former West Aussie, race 5, number 1 West On Muffin will be very strong over the last little bit of the 530 metres, race 5, number 1. Second of your best bets?
Second comes up in race 8, and this is the Masters final from heats that were run last week. And I like number 4, Amron Dan, for Kim Johnson. Amron Dan, in the twilight of his career, has been a wonderful dog over the journey, particularly in Victoria. Has come to South Australia, has run 4 seconds in a row. Was a really good run last week in the heat. Chased Kai Bale to a quarter of a length. I just think drawing box 4, I'm not too concerned about him in the middle here because there's a lot of speed on his inside and there'll be some speed outside. I think he'll just go straight down to the rail, just in behind the speed. Again, he showed really good run-home abilities last week. I think he'll be right in a striking position. He's 3.30. He's had a little bit of support. And I think Kim Johnson has got him going quite well. So hopefully looking for him to bounce back into the winners list.
Race 8, number 4, Amron Dan. Yeah, it was a very good run behind Kai Bale there last week, as you alluded to, and hopefully sits close enough and could swoop them late there tonight. Race 8, number 4, Amron Dan. And your roughies play tonight there at Angle Park?
So the roughie, it's actually in an earlier event. So it's race 4 is the roughie, going back to race 4. It's actually number 8, Rhonda Wine, David, and it's quoted around $21. This is a 7-dog field, so obviously only 2 placings. So we're looking at top 2 here, but all the speed in this race is sort of the outside boxes, and Rhonda Wine can get out quite good. The 6 Glisten, which is our favourite here, will probably lead. It's a short course dog, but has won over the 500 metres, but it should lead. I just think Rhonda Wine might just get a really nice card across. Love to see her lob second and on the back of Glisten. And Glisten, as I said, can get a good 500, but it's more of a short course dog. And Rhonda Wine does have some middle distance to her name. Go back 5 runs ago, she ran 30.74 behind Versatile, and probably got a similar run I'm hoping she gets here. So if she can run that sort of time, the $21, I reckon she's a big chance to, if not win, but definitely top 2.
Fair enough too, and that performance 3 back behind Ballon Boy, who we know is a nice dog from the same draw, beaten only a length on that occasion in 30.54 at Murray Bridge. That's a nice run from the same box as well, so I can absolutely see why you're making a case for race 4, number 8, Rhonda Wine at the big odds, 20 the win and 5.75 the place on the fixed odds with a Tab Touch. Good luck with race 5, number 1, West On Muffin, race 8, number 4, Amron Dan, and the roughie play there, race 4, number 8, Rhonda Wine. Also got chasing at Murray Bridge on Friday and Gawler on Sunday. Anything take your eyeball at either of those 2 meetings?
Yeah, so at Murray Bridge tomorrow, David, like race 6, number 8, Parakeet for Cam Butcher. She's a really nice type. She won 4 starts ago. She won her maiden 4 starts ago from this box, 22.77. A good second last week to Moo Ball. They ran pretty good time over the 3.95. So I think box 8 suits her. She should be able to run into the race really nicely and be really hard to hold out tomorrow at the bridge. And then Gawler on Sunday. I like race 3, number 8, Child of Light for Bosco Stamenkovic. Probably drawn the wrong side of the track for her, but I think that means you'll get a little bit better price for her. She can begin, but she's also a really hard railer. So no matter where she ends up, it's only a 5-dog field. I think she'll be able to be pushing up, and I think she'll be really hard to hold out during the concluding stages of the race if she's not on speed. So anything that the Stamenkovic team run around with are always a big chance, and looking for her to hopefully get a nice run and be too strong at the end.
Very nice indeed. That's race 3, number 8 there at Gawler on Sunday, and looking to emulate the deeds of Jeff Stories, who of course got the cash for us there at Gawler on Sunday. We waited until late. This is a bit of a recurring theme over the years that we've worked with you, Sean. You've got a great hit rate in the last at Gawler for some wacky sort of reason. It's often one of the last races on a Sunday of the weekend, but generally if you come up with one in the last at Gawler, more often than not, they've saluted over the years.
Yeah, I mean, probably if there's a bit of a pattern that develops there, David, maybe we tend to program the 500-metre races last at Gawler, and I probably tend to look towards them, that even if you find a little bit of bad luck early over 500 metres, you can recover, and maybe I'll look to try to give the listeners every opportunity. But it's perhaps just a pattern that occurs. I don't know.
We like it. I like the pattern anyway. Long may it continue, Sean. Great catching up with you this morning here on Great Greys. Very much appreciate your time. Have a wonderful weekend. We'll chat to you again next Thursday.
Terrific, David. Always appreciate your time.
There we have it. Sean Matheson talking all things South Australian chasing, and we round out Great Greys on this Thursday with a man that'll be right up and about with the Olympics on our doorstep, being, of course, a champion Olympian athlete of years gone by. Simon Orchard now joins us on Great Greys. Hello, Simon. How do we find you on this Thursday?
Yeah, you find me a little bit croaky today, Shorty. We had a team building exercise with Greyhound Racing New South Wales yesterday, mate, and an amazing race around Sydney. It was beautiful, it was fun, it was hot-paced, and it was very well hydrated at the end of the night as well. So a little bit worse for wear today, but still punching on, mate, hopefully finding a few winners. And loving the Olympic news that Eddie Ockenden, our proud hockey mate, will be the flag bearer alongside Jess Fox. Wonderful news to wake up to this morning.
Isn't it just? It's great recognition. And, well, before we get into the greyhound tips, your predictions, what can we expect from the Kookaburras? Will they be bringing the gold home, do you reckon?
Oh, I'd love to say so. Look, it's probably a 6-team race in the men's, and I don't think that's ever been the case in Olympic history, to be honest. It's never been this wide open at the top. I think any one of Holland, Germany, Belgium, India, Great Britain or Australia can win. I haven't mentioned Argentina, who won Olympics in Rio 2 cycles ago. I haven't mentioned Spain or France, who are obviously one's a home nation who's building towards the crescendo, and Spain a very tricky opposition as well. So the men's game, mate, honestly, I couldn't pick it. The bookies markets suggest that they think it's a similar sort of case. I think you can get $4 for the field, whereas in the women, Holland are $1.50 red-hot favourites. Barely lose international tournaments. They've lost, I think, 1 Olympics in the last 4 or 5, and they've got a young team. I guess that's the only chink in their armour, but they've taken all before them over the last 12 months. So I expect Holland women to win. If you wanted to play in the men, just at a bit of value, I don't mind Great Britain, just probably at a better price. That's all I've got for you, really. But I hope Australia can do it. I think it's going to be obviously really tight, like any Olympic competition, mate. But they're as good a chance as any of bringing home gold. The men and the Hockeyroos, I think, if they can get on the podium, that would be a real feather in their cap as well. So looking forward to watching them both go around.
Excellent. I will be getting right behind them along with all of the other Aussie athletes over the next little bit, and it must bring back just the most incredible memories for your good self, being a former Olympian of years gone by. Let's see if we can't maintain that champion status, albeit not out there representing Australia this time, representing us here on Great Greys, trying to find a winner for the listeners. Let's see if we can't get some gold around your neck when we have a look at some of these meetings. I'll let you take us to where you'd like to have a bet over the next 72 hours.
Yeah, appreciate that, mate. Look, casino this afternoon, if you're listening live or you jump on in the socials and hear this before it goes, 10-8 at Casino Spirit Boy for Craig and Reggie Gardle. First go over 480. 4 up there around the casino circle for this dog, but coming off 2 really nice wins at Grafton over 350, build up to 450 last start. The wide draw will suit, really good record in the pink. So I like Casino 10-8 Spirit Boy for the Gardle family. Wenty Park, we know it's on Thursdays now, which we are loving, to be honest. I think it's been a really great change. 2-1, Here's Fernando is one of the best bets on the card tonight. Still not the favourite, Shorty, but the gap between it and Kenya Joyce is closing by the hour. Here's Fernando opened around 260 this morning. I think last time I checked was 240. Pete Sims trains and rates this guy. He was a bit unlucky last week in the run to the first turn. He was right up at the pointy end of proceedings, but just got squeezed back to near last. I think the improved draw is obviously going to help. And Pete did say he's a work in progress, so hopefully third look at Wenty Park from a good draw. He can run well. 2-1 his Fernando, and 6-2 Midnight Money for Jack Smith. I haven't seen this dog a lot since the Bill and Peg Memorial a few months ago. It was the favourite for that final from memory and ended up running fourth in the decider. Hasn't set the world on fire at Wenty, but had a really good win at Dubbo 2-back. I like the fact that it's a restricted win race tonight. Really well placed by Jack and Marie Smith. So I think 6-2 Midnight Money is a good one and can win there tonight. Saturday, Wenty Park, a couple of best bets as well. 2-1 Talk About Class, another Smith runner. Gets a good grade drop, goes from a non-graded race at Dubbo where he got beaten by Red Hot Frankie, who's a pretty good dog, to a fifth grade event. Box one, a big tick as well. I think there's only one dog in the race that can lead him, that's First Lady, but she's out in box 6, and her form of late hasn't been anywhere near the dog that can run about 29.5. So 2-1 Talk About Class at Wenty on Saturday night, and 9-4 Surges Banner. Another relation to this wonderful litter for bred by the Gibbons family. Tulsi Banner, of course, Group 1 winner. Boston Banner, Group 1 finalist, has been winning a lot of races. Surges Banner's got probably not quite as much ability as Tulsi, but certainly a very talented young girl as well. So 9-4 Surges Banner, you can bet with confidence on Saturday night about her.
Like it. Saturday night, Wenty Park 2-1-9-4. Thursday night, Wenty Park 2-1-6-2. And Casino today, 10-8 Spirit Boy. Maybe stretching the friendship, but it seems weird not having a tip for Dapto on a Thursday night. Is there anything there?
Oh, look, I had a good hard look at the card today, Shorty, and I'd love to give you something, but the prices just don't match up with what I'd be prepared to go. If you want a multi-leg, there's a dog by the name of Rosebery Hustler. From memory, race 6, number 1, Rosebery Hustler. Probably short now. Best would win and win well. It's a Masters race, so he goes into that. I think he's a 30 wins or so from 63 starts. He's had 20 wins at Dapto. Short, but maybe short and sweet, and one that you can throw in the multiples with anything else you like around the country today.
That will do. Simon Orchard, appreciate your time as always, mate. Have a ripper Thursday. We'll catch you next week.
Good on you, Shorty. Hooroo.
Indeed, thank you very much, Matty. Yes, just quickly for Northam tonight for me, teaming up with race 2, number 1, Miss Ronnie Mack. Thought it would be very hard to beat off that performance most recently. Then heading deeper into the program, race 7, number 8, Vinales, I thought would be winning. Happy to be with Bezecchi in race 8, number 5. Very talented dog, found trouble last start, was a massive effort in defeat. And I think Shane's dog late in the program, race 9, number 6, Iconic Jet, will be winning as well. 4 for 4 to this point, can be 5 for 5 later on there tonight. I'll be taking all of those dogs in multis for this evening there at Northam. And that brings to a close today's episode of Great Grace. Thanks as always for your company. A big thanks to the Shane Train Williams, Jaycin Campbell, Neil Brown, Simon Orchard and Sean Matheson for taking us through their key plays over the next 24 to 48 hours of greyhound racing. Make sure you tuned in tomorrow, of course, chasing winners between 9 and 10. I'll be with Tim Walker and Digby Beecham from just after 6:30 tomorrow morning. We'll have a look at all the Tab Touch latest and hopefully get your Friday off to a flyer with a funny. And, of course, on Friday afternoon now, make it part of your Friday afternoon each and every week, the Tab Touch Greyhound Jet Set. Myself and the Shane Train Williams will be joined by Corey Smith along with Jaycin Campbell to look at Wentworth Park and the Meadows. Kennel Mail from Luke Townsend along with Damien and Graham Credelli. The train's thoughts along with myself, the very best quaddies, novelty players, it's all there. And our industry VIP guest tomorrow, Darren Rowe. That's all there on the Jet Set tomorrow afternoon. Thanks for your company and a big thanks to Matty McDermott as always, making it sound very, very professional. Thanks for your company. Have a ripper Thursday. We'll catch you again tomorrow morning here on TAB Radio.